In business, there's no room for guesswork. Every shipment matters. Every deadline counts. When you're trying to keep operations running smoothly, the last thing you need is uncertainty. That's why reliability is at the core of USPS Ground Advantage. From the moment your package is first scanned in, it moves through a secure nationwide network, aiding in a timely and accurate delivery. You get near real-time tracking so you can keep up with your shipments. And with affordable upfront pricing, there are no hidden fees or surprise surcharges to throw off your cost sheets. It all adds up to predictable deliveries you can depend on. Because knowing your logistics are handled lets you focus on everything else: your customers, your team, and the future you're building. Visit USPS.com/Ground Advantage to start shipping with confidence. USPS, official shipping sponsor of the NHL.
Boom! Welcome back inside the Hall of Fame. I'm Booker T, 6-time world champ, 2-time Hall of Famer. Got my man Brad Gilmore here with me, and you know this show, man. It's all about the people. Want to thank you guys for stepping inside the Hall of Fame, getting your champagne wishes, caviar dreams. But I'm feeling good, man. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling strong. I've been in the gym training, you know what I mean, putting in that work. Hitting that eye, hanging and banging in the zone, brother. No, man, how you feel, dog? How you feel?
I'm doing good. Man. I will say, we had a really rainy weekend in Houston, but it was nice. I'll be honest with you. You know what I did all weekend? There's 3 documentaries on Netflix that I watched. I watched they did a Michael Jackson trial, the OJ trial, and the Johnny Depp trial, and I was just laid up streaming those trials, watching it as the rain came. And I got to tell you, man, I don't know if you've seen any of those on Netflix, but especially the OJ one, that one always will be interesting to me. That case will always be interesting. And I will say this, because I don't want to lose the audience with my OJ talk, but I don't think I could have convicted him if I was on the jury, right? I don't think I could because of the cross.
But do you think he did it?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I don't have any doubt that he did it, but I don't think I could.
But how do you think he could have gotten it done?
The timeline lined up. He could have made it in time. It all sounds right. It all sounds right. And do I think that the LAPD planted the evidence? I don't. I don't think that. Because there are pictures of the gloves being there. There's one glove before Furman ever got there. But my point is, Mark Furman, at the very least, Mark Furman lost them that case. And it every time I look into it, that continues to come up. It was like Furman, and the medical examiner, Mr. Fung, he didn't do the greatest job either.
Yeah, Johnny Cochran was a bad man.
Johnny, but also tell me you wouldn't want Barry Scheck representing you.
Scheck, he was really, really good. Everybody that played a part, in that defense dream team, man. They was cold-blooded, man. It was cold-blooded. Yeah.
You know who I felt bad for in the doc? I felt bad for Chris Darden, right?
Yeah.
Because Chris,
they put the brother out front.
They put the brother out front.
He was a scapegoat.
He 100%.
That's what he was.
Because he had to argue for Furman, right? He had to, because Furman was a part of their testimony, part of their trial. And then Furman lies about ever saying the racial stuff, right? And then he ends up saying it later.
Yeah.
And Chris Darden, though, this is what made me sad. This is a new interview. I mean, this came out a few months ago. Darden goes, when I die, they're gonna bury me with a pair of isotoners. I was like, God damn, man. I was like, damn, man. That's true, but man. Damn, man. So you felt
the one line that I remember most about that case was Johnny Cochran. I think he said, Van Adder, the man who carried the blood. Furman, the man who found the glove. Twins of deception. Twin demons of evil.
Twin
Like, that's
demons of
cold-blooded.
evil.
That's just cold-blooded, man. He just threw both of them under the bus, man. But no, man, very interesting case. And to the end, man, to the end is always going to be something that's debated. If he did it, if he didn't, it's still up in the air for me. Just because I catch flights on a weekly basis, and I think it would be hard for me to kill two people like that and not have a massive amount of blood on me and still get to the airport on time without sweating and making it. It just seemed.
I don't disagree with that. I don't disagree with that. But I actually encourage you to watch this one because there was a lot of new evidence that I don't remember. Now, I was very young when the trial was going on, so I wasn't watching it. I know didn't you say like y'all would watch it like on the road?
Oh, I watched it from cover to cover. Actually, did they talk about the white guy that perhaps was the serial killer?
They brought up a serial killer. They brought up
they
brought up the drug cartels, and maybe this was a Colombian necktie or something like that. There was a lot of theories. Who was the guy? What was the lawyer's name on OJ's team? Not Johnny, but like Johnny's right-hand man. You know who I'm talking about? Shorter guy.
Yeah, I can't think.
Not
of his name
Dershowitz.
I know exactly who you're talking about. Carl, it's Carl something. I can't think of his last name. Yeah.
He was the star of the documentary. He was just a superstar. He gave such great interviews.
Yeah. He definitely get a lot of airtime these days. I know Carl Douglas. Douglas.
Yeah,
is his name.
Yeah, he was good. He was good in the doc.
It's crazy. I remember all these guys' names.
And I know people are tuning into a wrestling podcast, so I'm sorry that we got off on O.J. Simpson. But I will say one more thing too: the fact that Van Adder was driving around with the blood in his pocket was weird too, right? That was strange.
Yeah, that was a lot of weird things.
So that's what I'm saying. I couldn't have convicted him. I couldn't have done it in clear conscience, even though I'm like 90% sure.
When he could have delivered the blood to Parker Center, but he went to Piper Tech. I remember all of this stuff. It's just stuck in my mind. You know what I mean? Instead of going down the street, he went all the way across town. But the blood just stupid, man. Oh man, but let's get going, man.
Let's get going.
We got a lot to talk about. The people, like I say, this show today is all about the people. You guys got a lot of questions that you guys want answered, and that's what we're here for today, to answer your questions, give it to you straight. And the thing is, look here. I ain't ducking nothing. No matter what it is, man. Just bring it, and I'm gonna deliver. So, Brad, where you want to start? What you got?
Actually, you know what? I just remembered that we were a part of an internet controversy last week, and we haven't even talked about it.
Oh yeah, let's talk about that.
The finisher spam.
You're talking about I never heard that word. Finish spam.
Finisher spam. I said it on the show.
Okay. Okay, well they attributed it
to you.
To me.
You know what? So I get hot about that too, because I'm like, look, give me my stuff. Like, I'll take the tweets. I could use the engagement, the traffic.
But I was on board with it 100%.
Yeah.
As far as the conversation and what we was talking about, and me personally, I wasn't looking for a fight with Ricochet or anything like that. But Ricochet came back, and the people say Ricochet fires back at Booker T. I think Ricochet was just stating his opinion.
He was stating
on what he thinks about wrestling. And as far as what was it, Dragon Ball Z?
Yeah.
I got the video game. Okay. I got the video game. I'm the king of video games. I know all about, Toe Ball, Dragon Ball Z, all of that stuff. You know what I mean? So I'm a gamer, but I get where Ricochet is coming from as far as this generation and what those guys go out there and do. But my opinion is not going to change, not one bit, as far as the way I see professional wrestling. Now, do I think there's a place on the show for certain things to be done a little bit more than other places in the show? Yes, because it's called trying to get to means to an end as far as the way a show begins and the way a show goes in the middle, as well as the way it finishes. Mm-hmm. It's not going to start, in a car chase for me for me, I need to start that show off properly. Me personally, I'm not going to put the first match out there and say, hey, guys, go out there. I need you guys doing dives over the top. I need you guys doing chair shots. I need you guys bringing the trash can out and kicking out everything because we still got a main event. Right. That's what I'm talking about as far as a crescendo. That's the word I was looking for. A crescendo as far as where we're trying to go as far as this show goes. Do I understand what Ricochet, where he's coming from? Yes, I get it. I understand it. And these guys, these young guys today, I must say, they see this business totally different in a lot of ways than I do. Even a lot of guys that I'm training, I'm working with. I had this one kid, he came up to me and he said, hey boss, the CM Punk match, versus Roman, what did you think about it? I go, man, what a hell of a match. Top 10 matches, WrestleMania of all times. And he looks at me and he goes, but they didn't do anything. And I go, that's Barry. I say that's what you need to try to find. I say that's what you're looking for, to be able to try to find exactly that. And he go, oh. So I get it. I'm still going to try to teach it to the young guys as far as what, whether they use it or not, that's going to be on them. But the ones that I'm working with, that I'm trying to, give that knowledge to be able to, use your tools when you need to. Have that tool bag and be able to go in and shock and amaze the crowd whenever you need to. You just don't need to do it every night with every move. That's the only thing. It's the only thing I'm saying.
He didn't do anything. That's the point, right? It's
such a great ending. I mean, we got to take a break.
We do.
We got to take a break. Guys, you're in the Hall of Fame. We got a whole lot to talk about. Stick around. We will be back in a minute.
What's up, guys? It's the boat, Brad Gilmore. You know what I'm about to talk about, because you know what? Confidence matters in every part of life. Whether it's stepping behind a microphone, walking into a big interview, or just feeling like the best version of yourself, confidence can make all the difference. And that's exactly why Blue Chew Gold is a sponsor of this show, and that's what Blue Chew Gold is all about. Blue Chew Gold is designed to help support the complete experience. It combines 4 ingredients into one label. 2 ingredients help physically, while 2 support arousal and desire in the brain. Oh yeah, it's about feeling more confident, yeah, more in the moment, yeah, and more like yourself when it counts. Oh yeah, the Macho Man Randy Savage is thinking that too, yeah. So if you're looking to turn up the confidence and enjoy the moment a little more, Blue Chew Gold is worth checking out. There's a reason Blue Chew is the #1 brand for better sex. Experience it yourself at BlueChew.com, but we've got a special deal for our listeners. Right now, when you buy 2 months of Blue Chew Gold, you get the 3rd month free with promo code Booker. That's promo code Booker, Booker. You will also receive an additional 10% off and free overnight shipping on your first order, because you need it as quick as you can, brother, as quick as you can. Yeah. Visit BlueChew.com for details and important safety information. We want to thank Blue Chew for sponsoring the Hall of Fame podcast, and also for sponsoring all the action that goes down in the bedroom. Oh, yeah.
This is the Hall of Fame from the Huntington Bank Studios. Here's Booker T and Brad Gilmore.
Well, joining me right now is an icon in the professional wrestling world, and he is now back because everything is still on the menu, and they're still making a couple of stops right here in the Lone Star State in Houston, Texas. We're going to talk to him about it all. He is the one and only Braun Strowman. Braun, how you doing this morning?
Oh, my goodness. I'm living a dream, man. Just chomping at the bit for this premiere to happen and show the world what I've been working so hard for the last few months on. I'm so absolutely proud. Kicking off season 1 in Texas, Austin, with an unbelievable guest, my mentor, WWE Hall of Famer Mark Henry. Blessed the screen and myself to break bread and have a meal. And, it was such a special opportunity to host Mark and have Mark on there, because I'm not sitting here right now having this conversation with you. There's no Braun Strowman. There's no everything on the menu. That's the man that found me, put his name on the line, vouched, got me into the WWE, held my hand for so many years, and has become such a pillar, hero, father figure in my life. friend, confidant, brother, all that stuff. To be able to sit down and break bread with him was so special. And Texas never misses. You guys know your food scene. So I have unbelievable restaurant. You're going to have to tune in and see where we're going, though, because I can't stooge everything off for you. Just know that you better eat something or have some snacks before you get going, because if not, you're going to miss half the episode rummaging through your refrigerator.
Well, you know what? You said so much there. Let's start with, I just want to follow back up with Mark Henry, because Mark, Texas icon, Texas legend. I was on the phone with him just a couple of days ago talking to him. Spurs are in the finals, so he's got a lot to say right now with his San Antonio Spurs. But the thing with Mark is your story is not unique to Mark Henry. He's found so many talent over the last few years and really extended that hand out. He's been a blessing to the professional wrestling world in many ways.
Oh, he's changed so many young men and women's lives. I mean, exactly what you said. He has a natural eye and knack for finding talent. And I'm grateful to be in the right place at the right time and, pass through his proverbial vision or whatever it was that caught his attention and saw me. So, yeah, man, he's such an unbelievable ambassador for strength sports, for professional wrestling, for sports entertainment, and just as being a good human, man. He's one of the best humans on earth.
Yeah, I follow that sentiment absolutely 100%. Now, when you talk about everything being on the menu, the muscles that you stretch in this show are different than the ones that you might do in the gym or in the ring or in a strongman competition. You got to bring that stomach ready to go, but also I think some of the talent, sometimes I say like pro wrestling's like the ultimate entertainment boot camp because it teaches you so many things, especially
without a doubt.
Like you get one, you got to do it in front of an audience. You got to do it in front of a camera. You got to find a character. You got to hit your line. You got to hit your marks. You got to hit your times, right? We know that's like the biggest thing in wrestling, hitting your times. I feel like all those skills are transferable into a show like this.
Oh, without a doubt, such amazing blessings, were bestowed upon me as far as a business and learning all this, how to carry myself, cadence. Like 10 years ago, there's no way I could have sat down and done this interview. I'd have just stared at you like a deer in headlights. So as was said, they definitely, if you pay attention, and this is advice from Mark Henry himself when I first got into the business, God gave you 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason. You need to listen twice as much as you talk. So that was something that still to this day that sticks to me. Sometimes I get to talking too much, but at the same time, it's listening, and it was paying attention and watching how people worked and moved and having firsthand experience, getting to talk to Vince and picking his brain mind and so many of these different power players throughout the years and learning and evolving along the way. And those tools really set me up for success outside of the ring. And that being said, like I said, what caused all of this and my passion and my love for food and trying new foods and the idea of everything on the menu was that being a WWE superstar, traveling around the world and having the opportunity to sample all walks of life cuisine and the culinary arts and falling in love with that and realizing like I'll try anything twice just to make sure I don't like it when it comes to food, and finding solace in taking other human beings out and getting them to step outside their comfort zone and try different foods. And that's something that's really animate in season 2 with everything on the menu, because almost every episode when my guests tried a food or something ingredient that they'd never eaten before. And I really hope that resonates with the fans watching at home, with some of the people that like have seen stuff and they're like, I just don't know if I want to eat that or try it. I hope with, me encouraging others to eat it, eating it myself, and then talking about it, breaking it down, hopefully with my educated palate that I've been told that I have, where I don't know where I developed that from, but hopefully that helps you find confidence in yourself. You know what? Braun ate that. His guest ate that. It looked amazing the way he talked about it. I'm gonna throw caution to the wind. I'm gonna try it.
Right. Well, you know what, man? Like, again, your energy, by the way, and enthusiasm for this show is making me want to go try everything on the menu at every restaurant I'm going to today. Like, give me just the left side of the menu. Let's start with that. But you spend time in Houston. Houston used to have a title of being the fattest city in the United States, and I used to tell people it was for good reason, because we got a lot of good food here. All right, we're like a major food city, very diverse. You can find good anything in Houston. What was your experience like in the city? And I think you got to pal around with a hellacious wrestling fan and World Series champion when you were.
Yeah, don't tell everybody. Tune in so you can see who it is, but definitely.
I won't say who it is, but they told me. They gave me a little birdie told me. So I'm just saying it's a tease. It's a tease, brother.
Tease. Yeah, he definitely he wears a very big ring on his finger. But also, what a great guest. Him and I have been friends for quite some time. We haven't seen each other in a few years. And like you said, being able to break that bread and sit down and catch up. And that's what makes the show in the second season even more fun, I think. For me, especially, like, don't get me wrong, season 1 was awesome. I had an absolute blast. But I was by myself, and I'm like, kind of bombarding on customers, and I don't want to like really interrupt their meal, but I do because it's part of the show. So now being able to sit down and, like I said, break bread, re-break bread with old friends that I haven't seen in a long time. And let me tell you what, I was blown away with his food knowledge as well. It's so cool, like, getting these other personalities on there and realizing, like, everybody is somewhat of a foodie. I don't care who you are, you're a foodie. And it's just a matter of finding what you like. And then that's the opportunity with everything on the menu is you get to see everything that a restaurant has. No food show in the history of food shows has ever done this. You get to see 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 dishes, something like that. So having this opportunity to give a restaurant, go, boom, here's my entire hand of cards. This is what we got, top to bottom. And I think it's resonating with the fans. And it's starting to cause a buzz in the community. I have people that are going, hey, I went to this restaurant. I ate 5 dishes the first thing I want to start checking out. So my idea is working on this interactive app now, too, where we can have an everything on the menu app and people can play along with it. And the grand scheme of things, I would love to make it where we go to season 3, knock on wood, we get season 3, but give an opportunity for a fan to come out and sit down and be my guest, break bread, and do everything on the menu with me as well. So just a lot of fun, man. There's so many more ideas going with this coming out of it. Just me being in the food spaces, I've fallen in love with it. And just, man, it's humbling, to know where I've came from and what it's taken to get here, but I wouldn't change a daggum thing because I'm truly blessed. I wake up every day and I pinch myself realizing, like, this is my job. My job is to travel around and eat with my friends. My previous job was to travel around the world and play fight with my friends in my underwear. I'm living every 5-year-old's dream.
Well, okay, I agree with you. And look, you say season 3, I say season 30. Let's keep this thing going. But my final question to you, when you're riding up and down the road, you were making the towns, they sent you the schedule. Here's where you're hitting here for the next couple of weeks. Which was the one food city you were always looking most forward to hitting? Or is there one?
Season 2, man. Like I said, again, there's not many places at this point in my life I haven't eaten. So it was neat. Like I said, I've eaten at all the cities I've been to, but finding new restaurants, because before, when I was on the road with WWE, we would go and look at diners, drive-ins, and dives and try and find, places to eat. So that's what I'm really looking forward to with going through these seasons. Now we have 20 episodes total, is that now people are going to go on USA Network and they're going to go and look where everything on the menu is stopped. And now when people are vacationing, they're going to do that, and I'm seeing that happening. Beefy King, one of the restaurants that I did in season 1, went in there Saturday before I left to go out and start media tour. There was 4 people in there that watched the rerun that were in town on vacation in the hotel. We go, oh, Beefy King's right up the road. We're going to go try it. I walk in, their eyes light up like this. Holy cow, you're in here. So it's really neat seeing that and knowing that that's resonated with the fans, that causes that feeding frenzy and want to go make these stops. Because at the end of the day, man, it's really neat being able to shine the light on these restaurants and give them their due diligence, because they work so hard for these communities, feeding the communities, taking care of stuff. It's the least I can do is help, shine the proverbial spotlight and go, here, come the masses to be fed.
Giving them the rub, right? Giving them the rub.
Yeah, the proverbial rub. Yep.
The proverbial rub. Well, Bron, congratulations on the season 2. Like I said, season 3, season 30. Let's keep this thing going. Congratulations on all your success, brother.
Awesome. Cheers, my friend. Thank you. We'll see you soon, Texas.
Have a good one, brother.
Thank you.
All right, here we go. In 3, 2. Hey guys, this episode of the Hall of Fame podcast is brought to you by Mudwater. Now, I'm somebody who loves the ritual of that morning brew. Yeah, I like the taste. I like having something warm in the morning. And honestly, I like that little moment before the day gets going. Don't we all, brother? But sometimes a full cup of coffee can hit just a little too hard. You get the energy
you also get the jitters. Crunch. That feeling like your brain is moving faster than the rest of you. That's why I've been into mud water. It gives you that same morning ritual, but way less caffeine than coffee. It's made with mushrooms and adaptogens, and is designed to give you more of a steady energy without that anxious spike. We all have that spike, especially in the morning. The original blend is really good too. It's got cacao, chai, turmeric, functional mushrooms, so it's kind of like a spicy hot chocolate meets chai. Feels like something you can actually look forward to in the morning. And the best way to try it is with their starter kit. You get a full-size tin of your chosen blend, plus a free rechargeable free gifts and free shipping. They've got different flavors too. OG coffee, matcha, turmeric. So whatever your morning drink style is, there's something for you. Are you ready to make the switch to cleaner energy? Just go to mudwater.com/Booker. That is mudwtr.com/Booker and grab the starter kit. Use code Booker and you'll get up to 43% off. Again, that's 43% off up to with the code Booker, BOOKER, at mudwtr.com. After your purchase, they'll ask you where you found them. Please tell them that the Hall of Fame sent you. Now also, this episode's also brought to you by GLD. I gotta say, I'm really excited about this one because GLD makes pieces that instantly upgrade your look without trying too hard. Whether it's a chain, a bracelet, a watch, or pendant. It's one of those things where you can really feel the quality right away. And with Father's Day coming up, there's actually a great idea, guys. Dads, we're usually tough. I don't have any kids. I have a cat. I guess that counts. Dads are usually tough to shop for. They find one watch, one pair of sunglasses, one look they like, and they stick with it forever. So getting the dad in your life something from GLD is a way to give him something he'll actually use and wear. And while you're there, you might as well get some for yourself. GLD has chains, pendants, bracelets, watches, pieces for every kind of style. So if you like to keep it simple or you have some kind of everyday piece that you want something that stands out a little bit more, they got that too. If you're a sports fan, GLD has official collabs with the NFL, the NBA, the WNBA, the MLB, the NCAA, NHL, MLS, and even DC Comics. So you can rep your favorite sports team or something you love in a way that actually feels personal. The quality's legit. We're talking real gold, hand-set stones, waterproof, sweat-proof, and the craftsmanship. You can feel it the second you put it on. The weight, the class, the detail, it all feels premium. And every piece is guaranteed for life. GLD has over 2 million customers and 50,000 5-star reviews. You've seen their pieces worn like people like Justin Bieber, Malik Neighbors, Micah Parsons, ASAP Rocky. What up, ASAP? And a lot more. So this is the perfect time to check them out because for a limited time, the new customers are getting an insane deal. Use code Booker, BOOKER, to get 40% off GLD.com. That's 40% off with the code Booker at GLD.com. After you purchase, they're going to ask you where you heard about them. Tell them that the Hall of Fame sent you. Oh, yeah.
2, 1, 2.
This is the Hall of Fame from the Huntington Bank Studios. Here's Booker T and Brad Gilmore.
I'm feeling like the greatest, the Muhammad Ali of our time. Yeah, I asked for that. I dress the best. I am the man. I must confess that I'm fresh.
H-Town, shout out. Sipping lean, gold teeth, all that.
Still tipping.
Cajun, still tipping, baby.
You know what? I thank you all for taking the time. Congratulations on the film. I had such a great time watching it.
Great Vietnamese food out there.
In Houston, great all kinds of food.
And Cajun food.
Cajun, we got it all down there. Barbecue, Mexican. Do you want to keep going? We can go all day with it.
Whataburger.
Whataburger. You got to go for it.
Do I have this correct? It's the most international city.
Most diverse city in the United States.
Most diverse city in the United States.
Yes.
More than New York City.
More than New York City.
Yes.
We're really proud of that. We like to let people know that.
A lot of people don't
That's
know
actually that's very cool.
It's a crazy statistic.
I love that he knows so much about Houston.
I love Houston.
Yeah, you got to. Now
I got all my gold teeth in Houston.
Well, that's the only place that you should get him. TV
right.
Johnny, shout out to him.
That's right.
here's the thing. In Houston, I've had a mentor and friend for 14 years. He's the last person I talked to on the phone before I walked in here. Somebody that you know very well. He goes by the name of Booker T.
Yes.
You might know Booker.
Yeah, a mentor of mine and a friend of mine as well.
Yes, and Book said, first, to say hello. And secondly, he said that there's a word that he has that you share with him.
Sure
and
do.
that you would know what the word is.
Absolutely do.
What's the word?
Shakespeare, baby.
Shakespeare. That's what he told me.
Yeah.
And to me, when you know wrestling, you know what Shakespeare means. And when you sit under the tree of Booker T and know what Shakespeare means, I feel like that's applicable to this film and to all films, right? Knowing how to get the reaction, feeling the moment, feeling the crowd, and even though it might be on camera this time.
So now's the inside baseball.
Are you kidding me? You wanted to talk about Booker T and Goldust and how they were basically my David Letterman and Johnny Carson? Like, they... Okay, go ahead.
The word Shakespeare between Booker and I. Booker was a mentor and teaching me how to find my way as I got a little bit of steam behind my character. We would trade the term Shakespeare between each other because those were the pauses and the ability for us to tell a story. Now, the way this transfers to Little Brother is, in the world of physical performance for WWE, you can do physical things, but if you do them with no why and no story, they are essentially meaningless acts. Booker T would always be Shakespeare, baby, Shakespeare. And it would be a mantra to say before we go out to make sure your why is in order. Do not rush, let everybody absorb the story. And if we did it well, I would see him come back and be like, Shakespeare, baby. And so it's also an accolade. Now here we have Little Brother, a physical comedy about a tumultuous relationship between two personalities. Tons of gags, but if you don't have the why, everything is meaningless. And I love this movie because not a gag is wasted, not a stunt is wasted. When I barge into my office and see an odd sexual situation between you and two others, it's not just wasted for the sense of showing that. It's, I feel you're invading on my world, and everybody else around me has been like, but they're having fun. Why don't you have some fun? It's not a wasted bit.
It's always on story.
It is literally Shakespeare, baby.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. I love that story
Booker,
about
man,
Booker
like
T.
he was one of those.
One of my favorite wrestlers of all time. He's the goat.
Tell stories. We are in a storytelling business. If you can do physically great things, excellent. If you do them without meaning, it is worthless.
It's worthless, right? And I think that you're right. In this comedy, you're invested in the relationship that y'all have.
And that makes all the gags pay off.
That's why the scenes in the cars.
You are knocking it out of the park.
But that's it, right? I mean, Eric, you had to feel that. By the way, you feel like you were going for it on every take. Everything that I saw.
You gotta commit.
You were going 110%.
You gotta commit. Waited my whole life for an opportunity like this. You gotta commit. But also I learned, the movie I did before on Netflix, Bad Trip, which was this hidden camera prank movie. I thought the whole time, they're hidden camera pranks. They don't have to be connected to a story. Forget the story. And one of my mentors, my Booker T, Jeff Tremaine, who co-created Jackass and directed all the Jackass movies. Shout out Jeff. He was like, even if it's the funniest prank you've ever filmed in your life, if it's not on story, I guarantee you it won't make the cut. And he was right. We filmed some like supernatural prank or something that had nothing to do with the reality of the storyline, and the storyline was simplistic. It was laugh out loud funny by itself. It did not fit in the story. It never saw the light of day. Nobody ever saw it because when you go off the story, it has no meaning. Shakespeare baby. I love Booker T and Goldust.
Yeah, you have to love Goldust and Booker T, and I love this film, guys. Thanks again for taking the time. I really do appreciate it.
Man, you crushed it.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Right on. Give Booker my best.
I will. I appreciate it, John.
Yeah, Brad Gilmore with CW and ESPN. John Kelsey, thank you so much for taking the time, guys. Congratulations on the film.
Thank you. Thank you. By the way, my first job was I was a cameraman for ESPN when I was 15, and somebody got sick on a University of Alabama football game. I got to take their place. That started my career, so I'm eternally grateful to ESPN.
You're in.
Yeah.
You're in. We'll roll tide to that.
Roll
and
tide.
Secondly, a great tie-in for that though is the ambition and the opportunity. Right? You had the opportunity. You met ambition was there with it, and you're able to see it through. And now you sit here with the legend that is Kelsey Grammer today, and I get the opportunity to speak to both of you. And to me, that's what this film is really about. Is about this ambition of young Washington, of young George.
That's right.
And what I loved is the scene, Kelsey, and I'd love to talk to y'all both about this, is when Lord Fairfax and George Washington first meet, you see they are almost like when a fisherman recognizes another fisherman, where
Kelsey, your character, Lord Fairfax, says, "What every landowner wants is the plot next to his."
Yeah, I love that.
And
That's one of the great lines I've said in my life. Yeah.
it was so good, I had to stop and write it down.
Yeah.
And then William comes right back with, "No man who lived a life of ease has a name worth remembering." And I thought, what a great scene to show the ambition of both of these characters. Did that stand out to you too, Kelsey?
Well, the George Washington story is one of my favorite stories because I still live a life of gratitude that this guy lived and gave me this country where I live. I mean, he is responsible for it. He is the father of this country through sheer force of will. But yes, it did come from somewhere, and that story is inspirational to me. So to be part of it in any way was a presumptive joy. I like working with John, but I love this story. I mean, I love it, and it is inspirational to me, and it is a mission of mine, a personal mission, to continue telling this story, and I'm going to do my best to do it for the rest of my days because this is a fantastic country. George Washington is one of the reasons, and there's a whole bunch of other reasons as well, but that we do not know this part of George's story is sort of a shame, but it's also exciting to think that people are going to get to know it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. As a history nut myself, John, I loved watching this and learning so much about the early life of Washington. Because again, we think Lexington Concord, we think shot around the world, American Revolution, and we're right in, right? But no one really focuses on this period. Why did you find this period of George's life so interesting?
Yeah, well, first I would say the legend that is Kelsey Grammer is accurate, and you should either have a T-shirt or a portrait of that in your house. It's as accurate as that. I'm grateful that Kelsey will be in the film. I just got obsessed with the story of the American Revolution. It was deeply moving, life-changing to me, and Washington specifically. And I love the exercise of these kind of mythic figures of history, saying where did they come from, where were they forged? And so many times, they were actually forged in hardship and risk and adventure and failure. And there was this moment in Washington's early life that was his first set of adventures, and where he became the leader he was destined to be. And so, and that story was relatively untold and unknown. And so for me, I always like to just ask as a character study, where did this mythic figure begin? And it really was in the context of this story. So it's so much fun to take a name so many people know about and tell them a story they don't know. And my hope is that it sparks their curiosity the same as mine was sparked so many years ago.
Well, I will tell you, the curiosity was sparked by me because I did research all night after watching this movie.
That's what we love.
So it definitely did its job. Well, guys, again, congratulations on making a great film, telling a story that needs to be told, celebrating this country in the way that it needs to be celebrated. I do appreciate both of your time.
Thank you so much.
Bless you.
Hey guys, support for today's show comes from Square, the business platform that helps sellers become neighborhood favorites. Whether you're gearing up for a busy season or just trying to keep up with everyday demands, Square keeps your business running smoothly, from payments and point of sale to online orders, inventory, staffing, and more, all in one place so you can focus on your customers and not on your to-do list. You know we're always moving around over here, podcasting, live events, wrestling, appearances, flying all over state to state. And one thing I've always noticed is how many local businesses I love already use Square. Whether it's a coffee shop, a sneaker spot, a barber shop, or even events and conventions, everything just moves smooth with Square. The checkout is quick. Receipts hit your phone instantly, and the staff can actually focus on the customers instead of fighting with the register. That's what stands out to me, and it feels seamless because we already use this at Reality of Wrestling, and Square really works for your business at every level too. Whether you're just getting started or already growing, they bring payments, inventory, and online sales and operations together in one system without making things complicated. Square helps you run your business more smoothly, bringing payments, operations, and insights together all in one place. So whether you're ready for whatever is next, that's what you got to get. You got to get Square. Right now, listeners can get up to $200 off Square hardware when you sign up at square.com/go/booker. That's SQUARE.com/go/booker. Get started with Square and build a setup that works the way you do. And also, we got to shout out our guys at GLD for a second because these guys have really impressed me. You know, a lot of times when you get jewelry online, you don't know what you're going to get, right? Sometimes it looks good in pictures on the model, but then you get it in person. It's lightweight, it feels cheap, and it doesn't hit the way that you hoped. But with GLD, that's a different story, brother. Yeah. First off, this chain right here that I'm wearing right now, the quality is crazy. It's crazy. I feel like Iceman. I feel like Drizzy Drake. You can feel the weight, the craftsmanship, the detail in the stones, the clasps. Everything about it feels premium, and I love that they make the pieces look incredible without those ridiculous luxury markups. What I rock with heavy is that they've got something for everybody. We're talking chains, pendants, rings, watches. Whether you want something clean and subtle or something that really pops with your fit, they've got you covered. And if you're into sports, they've got official collabs with the NFL, NBA, MLB, NCAA, and more, so you can really rep your squad the right way. The other thing I like, the pieces are built to last. We're talking waterproof, sweat-proof, lifetime guarantee. That's not something you just wear 2 times and throw it in a drawer, man. You can actually wear it every single day. And I'm telling you, when you throw on a fresh chain, it changes the whole energy. The fit looks better. You feel more confident. The ladies, they notice it. So you can do this. Let's do it together. It just adds something a little bit extra. Work hard and change the game for a limited time only. New customers are getting an insane deal. Use code BOOKER to get 40% off at GLD.com. That's 40% off with the code BOOKER at GLD.com. After you purchase, they'll ask you where you heard about them. Please let them know the Hall of Fame sent you. So now, let's start the show. All right, guys, Brad Gilmore here, and we're going to talk to you about Earn In. You know, one thing I've never understood is why you have to wait for the work that you've already done. Why you got to wait to get paid? Think about it. We live in a world where you can stream a movie instantly. You can order dinner from your phone. You can talk to somebody on the other side of the world. But when it comes to getting your paycheck now, we're still waiting on a date on the calendar. That's why I want to tell you about Earn In. Earn In is a financial technology company. It's not a bank, but it gives you access to money you've already earned instead of making you wait until payday. You can access up to $150 a day with a maximum of $1,000 between paychecks. And I think the key thing here is this is not a loan. I repeat, this is not a loan. It's not borrowing money. It's not a payday advance. It's your money that you've already worked for. I know I've had moments in my life where a bill came due, something unexpected may have popped up, or there was an opportunity I wanted to jump on, and the timing of that paycheck, you know, the way the checkings and the savings works, it was standing in the way. Not because I didn't have the money, just because the payday has not arrived yet. With Earn In, you don't have to play that waiting game anymore. Tips are optional, and standard cash outs take 1 to 2 business days with no mandatory fees. If you need your money faster, expedited transfers are available for a fee starting at $3.99 and capped at $5.99. More than 5 million people have already downloaded Earn In, and it's easy to see why. It's a smarter way to manage the money that you've already earned. So download Earn In from the App Store or Google Play today. That's Earn In, spelled like earning money without the G. But you know, we always keep a G at the Hall of Fame. So that's when you sign up. Type in Hall of Fame under podcast. It really helps the show. Again, Earn In is a financial technology company. It is not a bank. Access limits are based on your earnings and risk factors. Standard cash outs take 1 to 2 business days with no mandatory fees. Expedited transfers are available for a fee. Tips are voluntary and do not affect the service. Available in select states. Terms and restrictions apply. Visit earnin.com for full details.
I grew up in this city, going down the boulevard. You might want to stop by the car wash before you head down to McGregor Park, and everybody was.
This is the Hall of Fame from the Huntington Bank Studios. Here's Booker T and Brad Gilmore.
Well, joining me right now is your favorite traveler and expeditionite. He has a new season of his famous show called Expedition Unknown, and is coming to the Discovery Channel. And he joins us right now, the one and only, the often imitated but never duplicated, Mr. Josh Gates. Josh, how you doing, my friend?
Oh, I'm doing great. What a nice intro. Thank you, sir.
Well, look, let's jump into it because I love the show. I love what you do. I love the specials that you've had over the years. Who could forget when you did Back to the Future with Doc Brown? Like, that really happened.
I did it. I'm still it's the most surreal thing ever. I love doing that.
Well, talk to me about that real quick. I want to get into the new season, obviously, but because I think what you do, I'm a fan of so much 80s iconography, from the Goonies to Back to the Future to the Indiana Jones original trilogy, to be there with Doc Brown.
Christopher Lloyd, Back to the Future, which is the greatest movie ever made, greatest trilogy of all time, in my opinion. Talk to me about going through that experience and kind of living out an 80s kid's dream.
I mean, I'm right with you. I always say Back to the Future is a perfect thing. And I had this opportunity to do a 4-hour, 4-part special, which we called Expedition Back to the Future, where I teamed up with Christopher Lloyd and we looked for the lost DeLoreans that were used making the show to help raise money for Michael J. Fox's incredible foundation. To say that it was an out-of-body experience would be an understatement. I mean, I spent a month filming with Christopher Lloyd. Lucky for me, the nicest guy in the world. But I mean, every day, this poor man, I mean, I would just corner him and be like, okay, like Taxi, right? Tell me everything. Who Framed Roger Rabbit? Go. You know, I just wanted to hear it. He's had this incredible Star Trek, you name it, this incredible career. So to hang out with him for a month was just such a thrill. And to meet a bunch of other folks from the cast, I mean, it was an out-of-body experience because I love Back to the Future. I, wore that out on VHS as a kid. So what a thrill. It was amazing.
Well, I'm sure it was. And I could pepper you with questions about just those 4 episodes. But let's talk about the new season, because to me, your spirit of adventure obviously comes through. Everybody can see it if you watch the show. You make an audience excited to go on these journeys with you. For this new season, were these particular things that you have been kind of inkling for a while? You've really wanted to go and dive into a pirate city or anything like that? Like which ones were these? Or were these ones that you've been wanting to do for a while, I guess I'm asking?
Yeah, so it's a total mix, as all of our seasons are. So we're doing everything from looking for lost pirate ships to exploring Mexican civilizations and caves underground to doing World War II history. Some of them were things I had wanted to do for a long time. Going to Jamaica and exploring Port Royal is something that had been on my list for forever. I mean, this was once called the wickedest city in the world. It's what the Pirates of the Caribbean ride is based on. And it was a notorious pirate city that largely sank in an earthquake off the coast of Jamaica. And so to go there and look for pirate ships in a sunken city, I mean, what's more Goonies than that, right? So super exciting stuff. And then other stories, which, like our season premiere, which is this 2-part episode on World War II hell ships, was something that I knew very little about. A really important, tragic part of World War II about these ships that were used to transport Allied prisoners. Many of those ships sank, and we go out working with remarkable explorers that are trying to find these ships and repatriate the remains of Allied prisoners from World War II. So the season is a real mix of different types of adventures, and it takes place all over the globe.
Are you ever surprised? Like, not, I guess you're not, because it's the whole point. But like, to me, when I watch your show, and there's been others over the years where you set out to kind of shine a light on something you don't know, like these hell ships or what have you, or even Port Royal, and then you find new information that wasn't out there before. I mean, as somebody who goes on these expeditions, that's the whole thing, right? It's not just to go experience it, but to uncover new information.
That's right. So when we make a show, we put together an outline before we leave, right? Where we try to say, okay, here's what we think is going to happen. We're going to meet this person, and then we're going to go here. We're going to explore this. Maybe we learn that. That outline, about 80% of it gets ripped up on day 2, right? Because everything changes. Once you get out there and you start exploring, you don't know what's going to happen. In the case of these hell ships, people had looked for this one ship, the Hafuku Maru, for 80 years. And really, these guys from this group called the Hell Ships Memorial Foundation, they just doggedly spent time in American archives, Japanese archives. And it was in a Japanese archive that one of their researchers really found the key piece of information that unlocked where this ship sank. And so it is all about the unknown. You don't know what's going to happen. If these guys hadn't put all this time in to figure out where this ship went down, we wouldn't be making this show. It's really their hard work that led to this. And so it's all about going down avenues you don't expect.
Well, and again, that's you said the name of the title of the show, Expedition Unknown, right? Like, we're going to the places where we don't know where it's going to take us. And I think that's the beauty of a show like this. You can do all the planning in the world that you want to, but the adventure, the story, for lack of a better term, the unknown is going to dictate where this show goes and what it ends up happening. And that's probably the best thing about it, is you really truly don't know where it's going to come from.
And you have to embrace that, right? It's like, I think one of the things that makes the show work is that it's not too glossy. Like, if there's a flat tire in the show, we're going to make that part of the show. I'm going to be out there sweating and swearing with a tire iron, right? So like, you're going to take what the world gives you, and on an expedition, sometimes that's glory and sometimes it's pain, right? So that's the show.
When you talk about going to Port Royal, I got to spend some time on this because I'm fascinated by pirates and that era, and that, I mean, everybody is, right? If you grew up as a young man, a swashbuckling adventure is something that you always wanted to go on yourself, for better or for worse. When you go and you start, diving in, what was something unique that you learned that you did not know previously about Port Royal or the pirate generation, in itself?
I mean, one of the things that's endlessly fascinating to me is how many of these pirate characters there are. And right when I think we've made a show about every one of them, another one pops up. And in this case, our show is about a guy named Bartholomew Roberts, who's also known as Black Bart Roberts. He's the guy who does not have the name recognition of, say, Blackbeard, right? But he should, because he was way more successful than Blackbeard. This guy, Roberts, took something like 400 ships. And so he was a huge target for pirate hunters at the time. And when they took him down eventually, it was the end of the golden age of piracy. So here's a guy who's maybe the most successful pirate in history. His death ends the entire piracy thing. And yet most people have never heard of Black Bart Roberts. And so it's all surprising, I mean, history is just filled with these larger than life characters that it's such a thrill to learn about and explore.
See, I knew a wrestler named Black Bart, but I didn't know there was a pirate named Black Bart. See, this is what I love about the show.
I think. Different guy, yeah.
This is what I love about the show. Well, Josh, congratulations on the new season. I hope everybody checks it out. It's going to be fantastic. It is Expedition Unknown. He is Josh Gates. I really do appreciate your time.
Hey, thank you, man. Great to see you.
Have a good one. Thanks, Josh.
New England summers don't exactly ease you in. 1 minute the windows are open, the next your apartment feels unbearable. Well, meet Windmill Air. Windmill window ACs are sleek, they're quiet, and cool your space fast without the bulky eyesore. Rated the #1 easiest AC to install, Windmill lets you adjust temperatures right from your phone and, unlike traditional units, cools your room more evenly like central air. Shop Windmill online at windmillair.com or pick up an AC at your nearest Target or Home Depot. Windmill, modern air care your room deserves.